What's up, brew tubers? All right, so this is like my second beer review in a day. It's still Friday. I'm just getting through it. The Capitals are up right now over the, the Ottawa Senators, only by 1 goal. So I'm trying not to bite my fingernails. So I figured instead of biting my fingernails, I would just grab, I already had a good beer from Stein. So I figured I would grab this one that I've been looking at for a while. This, Recesses, sounds like Reese's, peanut butter cup imperial stout from none other than Tapout Brewing, main brew guy Gary. So this is a 9.2, so it's not like too crazy. I have some 15 to 18% imperial stouts in my beer fridge that there's a really cool place near my house called Aslan Brewing. If you haven't heard of them, they're kind of famous. And they make stouts that just, you can't even find them on eBay. I mean, you can sell them for like 80 bucks apparently a piece on eBay. So they have, it's hard to get them. They release them and it's hard to get, the stouts when they come out. But one of my friends who lives down the street sent me a text message, hey, I'm here. There's a 4-pack, do you want me to get you some? I'm like, yeah, sure. And he picked me some up. So it's like a vanilla imperial stout with lemon. I mean, it's crazy. But I'm not up for a 15% imperial stout right now. I am up for a 9+% peanut butter cup stout. So let's get into this thing. I have been salivating over this thing for a while. And as usual, it foams up right out the get-go. So let's get this in the glass. Interesting. I was expecting a really dark head on this thing since it's a Reese's. Maybe it's milk chocolate rather than dark chocolate. So I poured that kind of like a freak show. So let's talk about this for a minute. So Gary, I'm pretty sure he doesn't bottle condition. Unlike Stein's, his has like the very creamy bubbles that I'm used to coming out of a keg and a beer gun. Although there is a couple of large size bubbles in there. But it's a very persistent head. You can look at it there. Actually, there's some different size bubbles in there. It is maybe tan, a little lighter than tan. And it is, yeah, you can't see through it. So it's an imperial stout. It's what I would expect. So let's go ahead and go for a nose. Yeah, I get peanut butter. I get the peanut butter cup effect. I do get the chocolate, but unlike Rick Brewery, who I think had a very slight peanut butter, I'm picking up a lot more of the peanut butter. So the question is, Gary, did you use PB2 or did you use, excuse me, did you use real peanut butter? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you used PB2. Not really sure, but since the head's so sticking around, I would think if you put peanut butter in there, it would cause some problems with your head retention. So that's the only reason I say that. But I am getting some nice pronounced peanut butter. So it's a nice looking beer. It's very dark. It's totally an imperial stout. So let's get into it. Cheers. I'm pushing this, I'm extending this out because I know that Gary gets like on pins and needles because he doesn't know whether I'm gonna like his beer or not. This is a kick-ass beer. Yeah, the aroma kicks ass, first of all. The head kicks ass because it's not going anywhere. Look at that thing. That's some serious legs. Look at that. So it's got some staying power. I'm gonna be feeling this. But what I really like about it is it's kind of a good even balance between dark chocolate and milk chocolate. You either get a beer that's like milk chocolate, meaning it's more sweeter, or you get the really, really dark, which is kind of what I normally do, the dark chocolate, the baker's chocolate kind of stuff, the extra sweet or super sweet or whatever it's called, chocolate. And this is kind of it's kind of cuts the middle, which I think with the peanut butter works. And I'm thinking right now about a Reese's. The only thing that would make this a little more like a Reese's, and I don't know if this would work, Gary, so I'm just kind of throwing this out there as a brain fart, would be some sea salt. I should go grab some sea salt and throw it on here. Tell you what, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have some sea salt. I'm gonna put just a little bit of sea salt in there. Whirl that up. I expect it to foam up or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It foamed up a little bit. Let's see what that does. Let me put some more in. Yeah, it actually does. So I don't know if sea salt's the way to go. I put sea salt in a Gose, and a lot of people got a lot of salt characteristics out of it. That was the Gose Cuervo. Matter of fact, Gary, you tried it and you liked the salt content. I also put some citric acid in there. I'm wondering, could you maybe put a tad bit of citric acid and some? Nah, citric acid is more of a sour. I'm thinking if you boiled this with some sea salt, it might bring out it might cut the balance between the chocolate and the peanut butter and give it that like perfect Reese's thing. I get the essence of it. I'm just saying that if you maybe put some sea salt in it, it might like really taste like a Reese's, or Recessus or whatever you call it, peanut butter cup. So. Yeah, I'm really tasting the salt in there now, and it does taste a lot closer to the peanut butter cup. It tasted really good before, but I'm thinking, oh yeah. As a matter of fact, you could even like have people put some salt around the rim. Oh yeah. Dude, that is money. I'm telling you. Do this brew again and brew it with some sea salt. It's a kick-ass Imperial Stout anyway because, first of all, it's very clean. There's no off flavors. It's like great brewing process. It's like perfect brewing. And it's a really good recipe. But I think to get that peanut butter cup aspect, to bridge between the chocolate and the peanut butter, you need the salt. You need a little bit of saltiness. And I think the sea salt and the boil would be a good way to do it. I can't remember how much sea salt. Go back and look at my video when I was brewing Gose Cuervo, and I talked about how much salt I'd put in there. I don't know if I'd put that much in it, maybe back it off just a bit, but that would make this thing like slap your mama good, right? So anyway, thank you, Gary, for the beer. I'm gonna finish the rest of this as I watch the Capitals hopefully pull off a win against the Ottawa Senators. Cheers, brother.